my name is Ebony and I do have celiac disease and I am gluten free. On YouTube I'm going to be discussing my gluten free diet, so make sure to like, comment and subscribe to keep up with me. In today's video I'm going to be discussing gluten free tips and tricks to help you on your gluten free diet journey. So many of you may be asking, what is celiac disease? Celiac disease is a condition that affects your tissues that are in the small intestine, and every time you eat gluten it damages your small intestine and it can lead to many other health complications further down the line. Gluten can be found in wheat, barley, oats, rye and malt. Those 5 things contain gluten. The more you eat gluten, the more of a bad effect it's going to have on you further down the line or even right now in the moment. There are a bunch of handheld snacks, small sizes for gluten-free people that you can just take with you in your bag when you're going on a journey. For example, these mini cheese bites like this that are super easy to carry. Another benefit of bringing snacks with you is just being aware and making sure that you have food that you'll feel safe to eat and making sure that it's fully celiac friendly. Tip number 2 is to make sure you read your ingredients. Do not just pick up a gluten-free item and be like, oh yeah, it's gluten-free. Read the ingredients. Do you know how many times I've gone to a shop and I've gone to a gluten-free aisle and I've picked something up and it says may contain gluten?
It is the worst.
Avoid spending hundreds of pounds on gluten-free shopping, so make sure you just double check the ingredients to make sure that it has no may contain gluten or made in the same manufacturer. Make sure that you are trying to bake stuff at home. One way that really helped me was making my own bread, making my own cakes, making my own biscuits. Anything that you can bake it. You're gluten-free and you go shopping, food is so expensive. It's just ridiculous, the prices, so make sure that you go and shop around. If you can't find anything worthy enough, bake stuff at home. And I know people might be thinking with gluten-free flour because it's crumbly and it goes hard too quick, but the more you practice, the more that it will get better. The first time cooking with gluten-free flour is awful, but after that it just gets better. Now what number tip this is. But another thing about utensils is when you have butter in your household and you use that to butter your toast or whatever you use your butter for, make sure you have separate butter if you're gluten free. Because if you're using butter with other people that butter bread that have normal bread that has wheat in it and gluten in it, and you're using the same butter to put in your gluten-free bread, you're going to cross-contaminate yourself. I'm so sorry to tell you, but you are. Another thing that you need separate, but most people don't even have if they're gluten-free, is separate toasters. Separate toasters are needed if you want a gluten-free diet. Tools from the bread that have wheat and gluten in it will go on your bread that you put in a toaster. So again, because cross-contamination, you don't need it, it's not necessary, it can be avoided by having a separate toaster. This is my separate toaster and I keep it far away from the other household toaster. Is to make sure if you're living in a household with people that are not gluten-free, keep your food separate to everybody else's, because otherwise you can be cross-contaminating yourself without even knowing it. I have my own cupboard in my household, I have my own freezer compartment in my household. Keep your food separate. Just avoid getting cross-contaminated with other people's food. Whether it's one cupboard in your house or one drawer or whatever, just keep your food separate. Another thing following that is to make sure that you use separate utensils, so like baking trays, knives, forks, spoons, keep them separate as well. No matter how many times you wash it in hot water and soap, I know so many people will say,
oh, but use soap. No.
And you just, what's the point of being on a gluten-free diet if you're still using utensils that everyone else is using? Make sure that you are shopping around. Don't just go to one superstore because there will not be enough options. If you just go to Tesco and you go to the gluten-free aisle, you might find some stuff there, but they might not have the bread you like. So you need to go to Asda. You might go to Asda, but they might not have the cakes you like. So make sure you shop in every single superstore you can think of for the gluten-free option. The next thing to check is hair products ingredients as well as toothpaste ingredients, because surprisingly, some people have been finding gluten in them. which doesn't make sense, but make sure you check your products at home. It doesn't even have to be food. It could be lotion, hair products, down to toothpaste. Make sure it doesn't have gluten in it, because you could be secretly putting gluten into your body without even knowing it.